Hi, my name is Erin Conboy, and I hate being on camera, so I decided to do my interview as a whiteboard project. You can call me Erin, or you can also call me Conboy. Some of my friends like to do that. I think it's just easier to remember. I actually heard about Miami Ad School from a friend of mine at work. Her name is Amanda Lowe. She went to Miami Ad School out of Minneapolis for copywriting about 3 years ago, and loved her experience. And when she heard I was interested in getting into art directing, creative directing, she highly recommended the program. I'm applying to Miami Ad School's art direction program in Berlin, Germany. In terms of work experience, I have worked for a strategic marketing consulting firm for what was 3 years in February. I worked as an intern the summer before I graduated and was hired on full-time as soon as I had my diploma. As a firm, the Capri Group focuses on helping organizations build a variety of different capabilities needed to ultimately convert shoppers to buyers. My role as an associate has been heavy on insights analytics, where I mine all sorts of data to find those key, impactful insights. Another big area of focus for me is deliverable development and strategy creation, taking all the identified insights and turning it into a compelling story for our clients. I'm also charged with managing the relationship with any of our clients' partnering agencies or our own outsourced creative, giving feedback on deliverables. Finally, we do a lot of process development for our clients, and I played a big role in developing innovative ways of showing these processes for our clients as well as those of our own organization. Some of my biggest clients over the last 3 years have been Coca-Cola, Hershey's, Campbell's, Steel, a German company, as well as Diageo. Outside of client work, I also play a big role in business development and marketing for our firm. I run our website, social media, collateral creation, as well as the development of any industry presentations that our management team will use at global or national conferences. So what interests me about attending Miami Ad School? Well, for one, getting the opportunity to live in a new city with a unique culture for a year is an incredible experience in itself. But what makes Miami Ad School even more intriguing to me is the quarter-away portion of the art direction program. Not only do you have the opportunity to study alongside and learn from fellow international students, but you then also have the chance to bring what you learn and apply it in a working environment in places around the world, like Sydney, New York, Miami, Sao Paulo. Also, as a fellow dog lover, Miami Ad School's obsession with canines is extremely intriguing to me. I actually dog sit nearly every other week for friends and family. Finally, attending Miami Ad School provides the opportunity to create an incredible global network of both colleagues and friends that you could not find anywhere else. So what are my hobbies? Photography, kickball, not soccer, but kickball, longboarding, drawing and painting, running, and hiking. Since I spend quite a bit of time in front of a screen at work, I try hard not to watch too much TV or many movies. But if I had to pick a favorite, my favorite movie is The Lion King. It's been my favorite since I was little and continues to be to this day. The story about overcoming tragedy, enjoying your life, but also facing your fears. It's one that has hit home for me for a long time. My favorite TV show? It's Parks and Recreation, a comedy on NBC. Not only does the show keep me thoroughly entertained with its humor, but it also has a great theme around pursuing what you love despite others' objections. Favorite commercials? I actually only have one, and it's the 1997 Apple Here's to the Crazies commercial. I actually didn't see it live on TV, but was recommended to watch it online about 1.5 years ago, and it continues to be the most powerful commercial I've seen to this day. My favorite books? Well, I'd have to say Shel Silverstein's Where the Sidewalk Ends is certainly a favorite. It has sat on my nightstand for almost the last 20 years and never fails me when I go looking for inspiration or just a few words to cheer me up. While that's an old favorite, my new favorite book is called Creative Confidence by Tom and David Kelly. This book is actually a big reason for why I took the step and applying to Miami Ad School. It's a great reminder to everyone to not be afraid of making a mess or taking that first step. Even more so, the importance of not letting others define or restrict your creative abilities. Finally, my favorite magazines are National Geographic and a publication called Wallpaper. National Geographic for the incredible global stories and photography, and Wallpaper for its clean and stylistic approach of bringing together architecture, design, and travel. Since you wanted to know what people thought of me in high school, and I can't really seem to remember, I decided to ask a few folks, and here's what they said.
In one place, got a pain in your face from all your stressing out. You ask yourself, there's got to be more than what I'm living for. What I'm living for. What I'm living for. You ask yourself, there's got to be something else, something more. We'll let the sun shine on your face, and don't let your life go to waste. Now is the time, got to make up your mind. Let it shine on you, let it shine on you. Feel like there's nothing, nowhere to go. You try and fight, but you can't let go of all the pain. Got so much to gain. Now is the time.
No one would believe me if they heard that or really, no one does believe me when they hear that I was bit by a wild monkey. Yes, I was bit by a wild monkey. A 8-year-old Capuchin monkey that lived on and around a nature reserve, about 4 hours trekking away from any real civilization. But hey, I survived to tell the tale. As I mentioned before, I love hiking, adventure, and exploring of any kind. But what most people don't know is that this doesn't all come natural. One secret that no one knows about me is that my greatest fear in life is of heights. It wasn't until about 8 years ago that I started realizing this deep fear was restricting me in my experiences. So I started taking steps to address it. I still get nauseous on occasion when I reach a new summit, but now I no longer let it stop me from starting my journey up each hill. So taking you back to what was one of the greatest experiences of my life, studying abroad in Peru, also brings me to one of the worst. During my last week in Peru, I went on a vacation with one of my closest friends from my time abroad. We went to a northern coastal town that was said to have some of the most beautiful beaches in all of Peru, and it did. But within a few hours of being there, both of us were extremely on edge. She had her purse stolen off the beach, but 30 minutes later, I was mugged for my belongings. It was not the fact that my things were stolen, or even the awful bruises I received, that made the experience so terrible. What it was that we quickly learned that there was no one in the town that we could trust aside from each other. Not the police, not the doctor, not the cab drivers, or even the sweet strangers on the streets who claimed that they knew who was involved. There's something about this feeling that I will never forget. Such a discomfort that my friend and I ultimately left the town before completely resolving our cases. On a lighter note, what's my favorite noise, you ask? Well, that'd have to be laughter. There are no sounds sweeter than the chuckles of a young child, the deep belly laughs of an elderly loved one, and every variation in between. Last but not least, one word I would use to describe myself would be empathetic. It's how my family has described me for as long as I can remember, but growing up, I didn't think of it as a very positive thing because of how they teased me for always being so nice. As I've gotten older, I realize what a great attribute it can be, especially going into the creative industry. Being able to look at things from other people's perspectives is hugely beneficial. So yep, I would say I'm pretty empathetic. Thanks for taking the time to listen to me ramble for the last 10 minutes. I'm very excited about this opportunity and look forward to hearing back from you.